Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Revolting Review. I am Random Ross and today I am reviewing Sick. So, this is written by Kevin Williamson. Yeah, that's right, that Kevin Williamson and Catherine Caitlin Crabb, and directed by John Himes, starring starring what is it? Gibeon or something. God, who gives these people these names? Beth Million, Dylan Sprayberry, Joel Country, Mac McChain or something, and Jane Adams. So this is a home invasion slasher set in April 2020, and what was happening in April of that year? Yes, the COVID-19 pandemic, and everyone was in lockdown and stuff, and that's what the film is pretty much set around. So set during the lockdown of the COVID-19 pandemic, two friends decide to go quarantine at a lakeside cabin till it all blows over, until some mass killers are in the house. It makes you think at first there's one, but then there's more than one out killing them and trying to kill them during the lockdown. And then it all reveals into this whole revelation and stuff about what their motive is, and also kind of a reminder of how a lot of people were selfish during some of the lockdowns and the restrictions, because there were those handful of people that would not keep their distances and didn't care, and during that time. Also, the virus kind of did make people go a bit mad or a bit paranoid and what have you and stuff. It was all just really changed the world and everything, didn't it? Flipped everyone's life upside down. And that's what I feel. I feel that this film is going to be a time capsule for generations to come, because of course generations of tomorrow will have no idea what it was like for us when we were in the eye of the storm with this virus and this whole pandemic. Of course, during the lockdowns, COVID was the least of my worries, because I had other stuff going on, with my mum when she had a heart attack, and then, it's just, But anyways, so yeah, the essential plot to this is two friends go on quarantine at a lake house, and there's some mass killers out to get them, and you find out what their motive is and why they're doing it. So I won't tell you much more because I don't want to spoil this film, but I do say that this is definitely in the home invasion slasher category. So I liked a lot of the practical effects they did in this, because there were some practical and visual ones in there. Some good effects. I imagine this was a tight budget film, but and it ran for a nice 83 minutes, so it's not a long film at all. If you've got less than an hour and a half to spare, check it out. I mean, it was a good story. We had some good characters in there, and some good, some good moments and stuff. There were moments where I was like, there's like one scene where one guy is actually fighting one of the killers, and it's like, he then had a chance to leg it, but instead he stopped to try and kick him and insult him, and then got wounded in the leg. I feel like, I could have legged it there. But despite this sort of being a slasher film, it doesn't have a massive kill count. I mean, there's a kill at the opening of this film, and you wonder, what's this kid got to do with it? What's this? But it all comes full circle in the end, and I'm like thinking, oh Christ, it's bleeding social media crap. And then next thing, as that bit goes on with the plot and everything, you start to put, well, I did. I started to put two and two together, thinking, oh wait, this is why and that. So like I said, it is probably going to be regarded as like a time capsule sort of film, like the Borat sequel was. Um, this film was dropped on Peacock in America, I believe, and I think Prime UK, I think in the long run in the United Kingdom. This is a Blumhouse film, and whenever I see Kevin Williamson credited in something, I think, okay, this has my attention because he wrote one of my all-time favourite slasher series of which is Scream. Well, Scream 1, 2, 3, not 3. I don't think he wrote Scream 3. He's wrote a lot of good horror movies, and I'm happy to say that he's still got it. He's still got that spark with him. And basically, this is also gave me a bit of a reminder to the time when COVID was about, and how people can just pass it around without knowing. Because when I had COVID, I was completely symptomless. I was all right. I was fine. There was no up with me, but I did isolate myself. I did quarantine in this very room and not keep my distance from everybody and wipe things down and stuff. But there were a lot of nations, a lot of countries that were a bit selfish with the pandemic, particularly Britain. Our British government handled it terribly, and we're all knobheads about it all. And I don't know how America handled. Well, from what I could see, America had their way of handling. All countries had their way of handling it, but if only there were more countries that did what like Australia and New Zealand did, and China and stuff. But anyway, that's what it kind of takes me back to a dark time of recent years. Because we weren't expecting to start the decade off like that. And again, we do. It's kind of we do have pandemics probably every 100 years globally. Like 100 years before we had the Spanish flu, and 100 years before that we had another one, and I feel that seems to always happen every 20th year at the start of the third decade of a century. But yes, I mean, we're on the other end of it now. I mean, is COVID-19 still a pandemic? Just let me look a second. So known is right. Well, it says it's ongoing, but yeah, November 17th, 2019 to the present, 3 years and 2 months. Well, all I can say is that COVID is here to stay, and we're not getting rid of it. But we've evolved. We've grown immune to it. We've learned to live with it and stuff. And, I definitely won't consider COVID-19 a global pandemic anymore. I don't know how other countries are dealing with it, but all I can say is, we grow immune to these things. Like Spanish flu and all that stuff. So, yeah. But still, it has definitely changed our look on life, I'd say. But anyway, I'm rambling on about COVID now. But this film, do I recommend it? Yes, it is a fairly decent one. I mean, nothing to brag about, but still, it's a solid film. And I'd say if you like home invasion and slasher films, do check it out. Because it is heavily grounded in, like I said, a dark moment in our lives. So what am I going to rate this one? I will probably give Sick. I will probably give it. I'll give it 3 stabs out of 5. It's not a bad film at all. I mean, I enjoyed it. Will I watch it again? Probably not that soon. Too soon. Probably leave it a while now and maybe watch it at some point. I don't know when, but I'll watch it again, just not anytime soon. So yeah, there you go. There's been my revolting review on the film Sick. Have you seen this one? Let me know all that down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to hit that notification bell. if you wish. And yeah, I've been Random Ross, and this has been a revolting review on the film Sick. So, until next time, don't have nightmares.